How do I, 31/M, get a woman, 30?F, in my apartment building to stop hitting on me? My wife and I live in an apartment in a small building, and Monica lives across the hall from us. For the past few months, Monica has started getting really flirty when she sees me in the hallway or the laundry room or whatever. She'll give me a lot of compliments or try to touch my arm/back. At first I would just ignore the flirting and make polite conversation back at her, but then she started ramping it up. Now if I run into Monica and my wife isn't with me, she'll straight up try to invite me back to her apartment for sex, saying that my wife doesn't have to know. I am not interested in this woman. I have no interest in cheating on my wife. And if I wasn't married then still she wouldn't be my type at all. I don't feel flattered or get an ego boost or whatever by Monica hitting on me. It just pisses me off and makes me feel grossed out and uncomfortable. I've never really gotten unwanted attention from women before and I don't really know what to do to make Monica leave me alone. My wife has jokingly offered to beat her up for me, and has also offered seriously to speak with her, but I don't feel like she should have to jump in to fight this battle for me. Can someone give me advice about how to shut this down? What I do now is just say I'm busy or I have to go if Monica tries to start a conversation, and just I'm married or not interested if she says something obviously flirty or sexual. It hasn't seemed to put her off at all. It seems like she's enjoying the challenge or something now that I'm not polite to her anymore. Too long didn't read. How do I get a creepily persistent woman to back off? I'm not interested and you need to leave me alone. Repeat ad nauseum. Straight up. Listen Monica, I will not have sex with you, not now, not ever. You are completely disrespectful to me and my wife every time you flirt, hit on, and proposition me. As an adult to adult, I'm telling you to stop. Your behavior is harassment and needs to stop. It is not harmless fun or cute or encouraged. You are making me uncomfortable in my own home. You don't need to be friends with this woman. Now I will say as well, I would do this with your wife present and filming the whole interaction. Why? Because I do not trust this woman and she's either going to react one of two ways. Embarrassed and stops the behavior, or what I think is more likely angry, feeling hurt over rejection and clear boundaries, and tries some sort of retaliation. Whether that is reporting you to the front office for harassment or filing a false police report. Since you are in an apartment, I'd go to your leasing office and make a formal complaint before you confront her. And also see if they will let you transfer units within the complex at no cost to help resolve this issue. In this case, the fact she's really crossing the lines is almost a gift, because it gives you an opportunity to be very clear. Go with no touching. Firmly, with a clear smile. If she lays hands on you at all for any reason, invites for sex, either vague or direct, should be met with "that isn't funny. Don't speak that way to me." Or clear labeling like "that is disrespectful. This is unwelcome. And this is ugly behavior." No dialogue. No please. Not even "I'm not interested." No "I'm married" or "I have a wife." She's already made it clear that she doesn't give a damn about any of that, so give her no invitation to dialogue or negotiation. Just clear, definite labels of her shitty behavior. Practice saying these things in the mirror so you have them, in a firm but not angry tone, right at hand when you need them. Person will get a bit offended. They will make excuses or jokes. Let them. Ignore anything they say, and assume that you've been heard and understand. Smile and say thank you for not doing that anymore. And walk away. Changes are good if you do this once or twice. She'll stop trying to speak to you at all. If she doesn't, file a complaint with the landlord. They probably won't do anything right away, but you'll need to start documenting. This is harassment. I'm not sure that your landlord has much jurisdiction in this situation, but it's probably still worthwhile to file a formal complaint with them first. Straight up, she is sexually harassing you. Next time you see her, proactively draw a firm boundary and let her know you will absolutely use the law to protect yourself if necessary. Monica, I will not tolerate your harassment of me. Don't ever talk to me again, for any reason. If you do, I'm prepared to file a restraining order on you. Follow through with that if you need to. It may be helpful to document your interactions with her as much as possible to help build your case for the restraining order. You deserve to feel safe and comfortable at your own home. Don't feel like you need to play nice just because she's your neighbor. In-laws, 55M and 53F, offering fiance, 28M, down payment but don't want me, 28F, on the mortgage or title, NYC. Hi guys, first time poster long time lurker here. Question about an offer my future in-laws made me and my fiance yesterday, and if I'm missing any considerations in this scenario, thank you in advance for your help. For context, we have been together 6 years, living together for 5. His parents offered him roughly $350K, whatever is half the cost of an apartment we all like, and to split the ownership of an apartment because they think now is a great time to invest. The apartments in that range are a little nicer than the current rental we are in. The kicker is that 1. They want my fiance to take out the mortgage by himself, and they want the 3 of them, in-laws plus fiance, to be the only ones on the title to the apartment but exclude me from the mortgage and title. 2. My fiance wants to put additional money down in addition to what his parents are contributing, and I offered to match the additional money he puts down, and split the mortgage/common charge payments, but only if I am on the mortgage/title, 1/4 ownership. 3. His parents rejected my offer to be on the mortgage/title and instead said that I could just pay the common charges/maintenance fees. For apartments we are looking at around $1,000 $2,000/month, which is similar to the amount I pay in rent now. This didn't sit well with me because I feel like if I paid the monthly maintenance/common charges that I would receive no equity, while putting in the same money as my fiance, and effectively my fiance and my in-laws would be my landlords. Am I missing something? Is this actually a good offer from them, or is this not to my benefit? Is my offer to be on the title/mortgage and pay into the down payment a fair one? TDLR, in-laws offering fiance significant down payment but want the 3 of them to hold the title to the property and effectively have me pay rent. Is this a good offer, or am I asking for too much? Thank you everyone so much for sharing your thoughts. It really means a lot, and there has been a lot of great food for thought. Edits for additional context. The $300,000 would not be a gift. My in-laws would see themselves as part owners of the property, and when selling it would expect their share of the proceeds, which I absolutely agree with. My partner is fully on board with whatever I am comfortable with and is fully supportive of me should I decide to decline the offer. Are your in-laws always this involved in his life? Unfortunately yes, but he resents it. On the surface they are making a great offer to your fiancé, but I wouldn't go near it. This has disaster written all over it. Are they going to be demanding you do certain things to keep up their investment? Do they expect you to be beholden to them? Will they have a key? Of course they will. Can they just pop in whenever they want? I get what they're doing from their perspective. In the event you split, you have no title to the property. It's simple and no risk on their part. What I find greatly disturbing is you've been together 6 years and they are actively getting between you and your fiancé. If he likes the deal, it may split you up. Can you afford to live on your own? Ultimately, is that their motivation? You'd have a nicer place to stay for about the same cost, but it's just not worth it. How your fiancé reacts to this will be very telling. The better plan is, if they want an investment property, they should buy one and keep you two out of it. If they want to help with a down payment so you two can buy one, then set up a private loan, in writing, with terms, but it's 100% not their property unless you default on the loan. I read some of your other replies, and it sounds like his parents are pretty involved in his life. In my opinion, you both should say no, no matter how attractive the offer is. If you and your fiancé want to redo the kitchen 3 years from now, who will choose the design? Who will pay? Do they expect you to stand back and let them choose the kitchen you'll be using every day? Will they expect you to pay for improvements on a property you do not own? Will you need their approval to paint the bedroom a different color? I'm sorry to say, but their offer implies that they don't expect your marriage to last. As a child of overly involved parents, I strongly advise you to say no to the offer, get married, and buy a house you can afford together. You'll start your marriage on an equal footing, and your in-laws will not be involved in any decisions about the house for the entire time you'll be living there. What happens if 10 years after you've been married he passes away? Would they be able to take the house from you? Not cool. 100% not to your benefit. If you aren't on the mortgage or title, when you two break up, you have no rights to any of the house, no matter how much you put into it. Talk with a lawyer. They can write you up a contract saying, if you two do break up, they pay you what you put into it or you sell the house. Split the money minus their down payment. I'd not pay a mortgage that my name is not on. Sister, 33F, thinks my husband, 31 meters, and I, 33F, are ruining her Christmas. My husband doesn't want my twin sister to stay with us over her Christmas vacation. Honestly, I understand. My sister lives in another city 6 hours away, but she likes to come home when she can. I really do like when she can visit. We were each other's best friends since we were little, and I love her more than anything. We always have fun talking about some book or game. We can spend hours just on this. However, her stays are almost always stressful. As I can't take vacation as long or as often as she can, I of course have to work when she's here. She gets upset when I have to work, or do chores around the house, or even take a nap because I'm exhausted, saying but we haven't spent that much time together, and I'm going to be leaving in a couple of days. It doesn't matter if we've, in fact, spent the whole day doing things together, she will still say that. And it doesn't help that she and my husband don't have the best relationship. My husband is kind and thoughtful almost to a fault. He coordinates and arranges events my twin will like even if he won't be participating in them. When he buys me something, he gets something for her, too, so she won't feel left out. Even when we were dating, my husband went out of his way to help her. We drove 6 hours just to help her move across town 3 times. But most of the things that have strained their relationship the most were things that my sister had done to me. When I moved in with my husband, she burst into tears when I was having her stay at my house, saying that our mom and dad were barely functioning after I left and they said I ruined the family. When I got married, I asked her to be my maid of honor, but she refused to come to the rehearsal dinner because it was on our birthday, as we're twins. On the wedding, when the DJ asked if she wanted to say anything, as the maid of honor usually gives a speech at the wedding, she said no, I'm good. Just on Thanksgiving, he overheard her say I will categorically not fuck this up because of you to me while we were making pies together. It was supposed to be just a fun little activity, but she suddenly started treating it as if it were the most serious thing in the world. We had already had several pies, that she had made, no less, that were perfectly delicious. These things stress him out even more than they stress me out. I'm just stressed out because I have to do my best to make her happy while also working, cleaning, and making my husband happy. My ADHD makes this very hard for me to juggle everything, though I do my best. During the summer, she and I discussed her finding a place to rent so she can stay longer during the winter holidays. However, last night she asked if she could stay at my place for 17 days, something my husband and I are not prepared to do. I asked her to stay at a rental this Christmas because of COVID and me struggling to keep everything up. My sister says I can't make my issues with ADHD everyone else's problem. Am I wrong in this? Please help. I don't know what to do. Everyone is so unhappy, and I can't fix it. Too long didn't read. My incredibly intense sister, who I love very much, wants to spend 17 days for the Christmas holidays with me and my husband. My husband finds her just as intense and stressful despite his best efforts. Even though we have discussed her renting a place for the Christmas holidays since summer, she hadn't looked at any rentals when she asked to stay with me last night. She thinks I'm not trying hard enough for her, but my husband and I already do so much. Please help. ETA, my sister and I are twins. I've gone back to use twin in lieu of sister occasionally to help with clarity. Sorry for the confusion. Update, my sister has agreed to come up for 3 days and rent a place with her roommate. Success. We are currently deciding if she will be spending Christmas here or not, which will be max 3 days with us. Thank you everyone for your help and support. If you hadn't stood by me and supported me, I would have felt awful. Thank you all so much for your time and help. Thank you for being kind and patient with me. I experience it so rarely, and I have been blessed. Thank you.